I think I'm good to hide Luke here, yeah? Yeah, Galacta not gonna have a lot of text here. I suppose playing her gives this +3, yeah? Is that how that works? I think that's how that works. It's a lot of doom, it is. I'm at 1522 here. They add 2 bots. That gets them +6 to exactly 22 here. Does this ever win the game? I lose the left, yeah. How big are these? Oh my goodness. Gosh, US Agent is so correct. Look at him. Casual 219. What an easy game of Marvel Snap. Lift with the legs, bud. Lift with the legs. Ever considered designing a game? Nope. I don't think designing game mechanics from scratch would be very fun for me. The parts of games I enjoy is I enjoy finding designs that designers have put into the game. So I like optimizing and discovering synergies and combos to things. All right. Can we find our Cosmo before they find their Shang-Chi? You want to play U.S. Agent mid? Maybe. Oh. Well, thanks, Wanda. Appreciate you, girl. Scarlet Witch is so good. Yeah, cool. Victory. This card's underplayed, gamers. Every time I register a deck with Scarlet Witch, I'm like, man, why don't we play more of this card? Scarlet Witch, Quake, Nocturne, Snow Guard, Legion. They're all such powerful Marvel Snap cards. People would rather complain about location variants than play cards to mitigate them. Hey, Dusty, thank you for the baker's dozen. Welcome back. I am not a Shang-Chi deck, so I'm just gonna get rid of Nidavellir. Big Quake fan. Any functional difference on Quake versus Scarlet for this deck? So the big thing Scarlet does different than Quake in general is that Quake can't get rid of Limbo against decks that are doing that. Are we supposed to leave Nero? Thank you for the 7 months. I feel like we're probably supposed to leave. I have Luke and Anti-Venom, though. I'm gonna stay. Let's do it. This is probably just a I have Wicked snap anyways, yeah? We do have Klaw for the center, and Jeff is kind of funny here too, potentially. So this has me tying the speed center even without the Klaw, which is nice. I don't know if I want to move Bob or not. Magneto is scary, is the problem. Oh, wait, are we winning the center by 1? Yeah, Jeff wins the center by 1, actually.
Victory.
Oh, wait, did they not trigger speed? I forget. Missed them on at least one of the turns. We take those. They missed speed on 5. Okay. Baby shark a doo 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 doo. Baby shark a doo 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 doo. Baby shark a doo 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 doo. Realistically, it's probably Scarlet Witch on the Isle of Silence, right? I have a lot of ongoings and I want flexibility on where I can play them. Renegade might be my new favorite pocket card. It's really solid. Speaking of things that are really solid. Now, it is noteworthy here that if they find Space Stone, they could get Thanos into here. Oh, they're airship Thanos. I shouldn't have snapped. I didn't snap. We're fine. It'll be okay. We are dead, unfortunately. If I'd have saved this center spot for Claw, we could have gotten it. Claw and Citadel probably wins the 4th location. Yep. Accurate.
Escaped.
Yeah, I think we just vibe on Bobby Boy. Usually you want the flexibility to play him later, and especially with Galacta. JK, LOL. To slide out our shark on 2. That's a fun one with Wanda. Ruleg, thank you for the 17 months. Good morning, good morning. Invisible woman. Does this ever do it? It gives me... this here, actually. I have to have something pretty crazy here. Thank you, Wanda.
Victory.
So much good utility. We could have lost that to Mysteria in the middle with the Captain Marvel order. Yeah, that's true. They're pretty incentivized to play it on the right though, yeah? Whenever New York's in play, you basically always want to play your clutter cards directly into it. You don't want to give them the option to move them around later. What would you play if you were missing Hydra Bob? Rocket Raccoon, maybe? Notably, Rocket's actually better than Bob is with Anti-Venom, if you're missing Luke Cage. That's incredibly unfortunate. Okay, now I wholly and fully don't understand. If my Galacta gets cannonballed into the lane with my other card, she doesn't trigger. But if my cards get juggernauted into Galacta's lane, Galacta still triggers. That makes no sense, right? That's not remotely consistent. That seems atrocious. God, Captain Marvel's so good. I'm so glad she's playable with Galacta. Yes, the jug scenario is jug before your cards reveal. If your opponent jugs your unrevealed cards into Galacta's path, they'll still get the bonus in Galacta's path. But here, if Galacta gets moved before my card reveals, my unrevealed card doesn't get the bonus when it flips up. Does Jug moving a card buff Angela? No. Jug moving a card used to buff Angela. So, Jug moving a card into Angela's path never triggered the Angela, but Jug moving cards out of Angela's path used to still trigger Angela. I actually think, and this is one of the reasons why they've moved away from, this is one of the big reasons why they've moved away from moving face down cards with most things in general, because one of the biggest inconsistencies in this game that always feels really weird is that when face down cards get juggernauted, they don't trigger the played abilities of the location where they were staged or the location where they were revealed. They effectively don't count as played anywhere in terms of triggering location effects, which is really, really strange. Gosh, with all my 4s in my deck still, I think I Zabu here. None of my deck is very amazing into Shuri's Lab. I guess Captain Marvel's okay. I'll stay because of the Zabu. Maybe that's wrong. That is a random magic, yeah. Ghost Spider left. A dagger Ghost Spider left. Toxin. I think they're most likely to Cosmo. They're most likely to odd reveal on the left. Yeah. What do we think? They have an Iron Fist as well, though. If they have Ghost Spider, they're gonna Ghost Spider into the left. Do we want a beast? Do we want a Cosmo the center because of a beast? That's actually not a bad thing either. Yeah, that's probably the line, actually. It's close. I'm gonna regret not playing it on the left. Literally could have done it anywhere other than there. me. And now I don't have priority either. They have a big vulture as well. Classic Marvel Snapchat advantage. Not a particularly great Zabu with 2 of our 3/4s in hand. You're like that person who keeps taking relationship advice from their single friends. Oh, man. That's funny right there.
Victory.
That's to our 500 credits. Go and steady. With magic decks, you basically always have to retreat when someone snaps you going into 6. Yeah, probably. Bounce Gamer, maybe? Oh, not playing the Hydra Bomb means I brick here. Can I win the priority flip? I lost the priority flip. Oh, sad. I'll do this all the same. Feels bad, man. Should have played Bob on one. It's the most punished between the Viper and... Goodness, they'd have lost this game so hard if I'd have just played Bob on one. I lost both a card draw and my Cosmo priority flip to not stop the Viper. Brutal. Legorf, thanks for the deck submission. We're gonna play this one for another half hour or so, and then yours will be up. It's playing a bunch of cards I like, speaking of Snowguard. Thoughts on Doom 2099? Seems like a card that's very good with Psylocke and Zabu and also pretty boring. Striker, thank you for the 13 months. I expect it'll probably see a regular amount of play, but probably won't be a card that I play much. Doesn't really go in decks that I enjoy. So, Anti-Venom has a little bit of diminished returns. I guess he's okay with a few of these. They just eat their dog? That seems good for me, yeah. Yeah, Ben, you could be our second this morning. This is actually a lovely draw because it means that they don't get their Scar bonus. Huh? Wait. This is great, yeah? It gives me 5-12 in the middle. It gives me some points here. Clever girl. Clever girl. All right, we're gonna take a brief pause for the cause and roll some adverts. We're gonna play one more segment with this deck when we get back, and then we'll move on to some viewer decks. Chuki, thank you for the big generous biddies. I have your toxic 2099 deck still. Sweet, Bob. Thank you for that, Chuki. Kicking our Friday off to a wonderful start. Kate showing why she's one of the best cards in the game, definitely. I think Kate's probably the best design to come out of this year. What do we think? Any other contenders? Maybe Wiccan? It's close. It's Kate or it's Wiccan. Symbiote Spider-Man, stop it. Get some help. I mean, I don't know that it's fair or accurate to say Kate opened an archetype. She's just a really neat, flexible design. Nico came out in 23. She was October 23. Hulkling was the perfect design because he gave everybody a week to save their resources. LOL. Noe's McGee, thank you for the 20 months. Not my dance. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have room to do 3 viewer next this morning. Dance is a heads up. Use a 6 cost card you haven't played with. We'll see how the other 2 go. What our timing's like. Jotunheim with Lucas. Galacta. Lovely. And hold Luke to be a surprise. They did, Ben. So I assume they like move Vulture left and then Beast to the left this turn to pull the acid arrow out.
Go.
That's 9 over here up to 33. I will be off Christmas Day next week for sure. I think I planned to stream the other days around that, but how much is going to depend on viewer counts. My holiday metrics, like middle to end of December, tend to be bad in general. Just because a lot of the people that watch this stream tend to be business professionals. So like when they have time off, my numbers go down because they're not at work watching while they're at work. Vivian, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. It's funny, YouTube always has a thing that they send out a note every year telling you what did I say? They send out a note every year saying your audience is looking for something to watch, they have time off, you should post more content at the end of the year. When the reality is the opposite for me personally, because my audience is less children and more adult. I actually have less view count at the end of the year. On basically everything. Alexandress, thanks for the 19 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Unless this is terrible, I think we're gonna be Wandaing here. I don't have any 6s, and they might. I'm just gonna do this and bank on drawing Luke Cage. Well, I guess I could play this alongside Captain Marvel on the last turn. I might want to play Klaw on the last turn, though, like Klaw plus Cage.
Cool.
I want to spread and play for all of them. Gives me 10, 13, 19. Damn. Claw Setter would have beat him. Shouldn't have played for all of them. In retrospect, Claw Setter's probably ideal because they're probably counting Luke Cage only, which is why they're snapping there like an idiot. Because they think they're beating Luke Cage here. So if I play to beat them beating this, we take their lunch money. Because Luke Cage is the obvious one that we have there, right? And they're snapping because they beat the obvious one. So we'll discard cards eventually. Slide Hawkeye into the miniaturized lab. In theory, Cudlun's bad for a screen deck, yeah?
escaped.
It's funny, I tweeted out a quip about how people balk at $50 variant bundles in Marvel Snap, but nobody seems to bat an eye about the fact that it costs $250 to craft a full art card in Pokemon Pocket. And another content creator responded to me with, wait, it costs $250 to get a full art card in Pokemon Pocket? And it just really makes me chuckle how little people who engage with these games constantly actually think about and understand the systems in them. Honestly, I think a biggest part of Marvel Snap systems failures is that they don't obfuscate their costs appropriately enough. Yeah, that's the number one thing Pocket has shown me is that the obfuscation in these other applications is just like really serves the purpose that people just like don't even think at base level about any of it. Ignorance is bliss, sure is. Oh, they copied our Galacta. Rip. This game's probably done. I'm just gonna leave. Opponent's playing at an absolutely glacial pace, and their draw is significantly better than ours. Marvel Snap takes so much more time and money to have a good deck compared to Pocket if you don't care about shiny cards. That's only true because Pocket's really new. And obviously Pocket's trading might solve this issue, but there's a lot riding on Pocket getting the trading mechanic correct. Because if trading doesn't appropriately alleviate pressure of getting cards, wow, this is an insane sequence. it's gonna be very impossible to build decks. Like even take Pocket's first new set that we have, right? One of the decks I'm considering playing from Pocket's in the Pocket tournament I'm playing tonight is Arcanine EX Mew Moltres. That deck needs 2 EX Pokemon from 3 different booster packs. Do you know how long it's gonna take on average a free-to-play player to get 2 specific EX Pokemon from 3 different booster packs? EX Moltres, Edmund. Yes, you need 2 copies of each of them. That's correct. Oh, they're Erishim. The lack of energy on turn 1 from Erishim keeps making me miss the fact of what deck I'm playing against. But I also like, I feel like just for the sake of clarity and transparency, I don't think Pocket's economy is necessarily atrocious, but I also don't think Snap's economy is atrocious. It has issues, but Pocket's economy also has issues. And I think a lot of people have really unfair rose-tinted glasses about Pocket's current economy because it's currently not fully developed and the game doesn't have a lot of cards and it's brand new and shiny. There are a lot of really feels-based takes about the economies in these games. And the Pocket economy hasn't existed long enough for people to really experience the negative in terms of the feels around it. Should you pop tokens on Antivenom? I think Antivenom's a really solid card to pick up. It's a really unique effect that's not replaceable in the decks that it goes in. I think Antivenom's a great example of a card that's great to spend your resources on. Alright, so we're gonna go Grapple, Acid, Wand to the Shuri's Lab to deny them value. Yes, I think that is the number one thing that Pocket objectively does better than Snap is the commitment required for daily stuff in Pocket is a much better commitment. It's much more reasonable and fair in terms of expectations. You're not expected to play the game for hours a day to get your minimum rewards. Dragon Run, thank you for the 12 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, I forgot Bob was moving. That's fine. I just forgot that it was happening. Does 15 win the right? I could do this, and then I have 21 here and 15 here. Well, I get to do this too. Actually, is this good? This might be enough, because obviously I can't win the left. I think this actually is good here.
Such is my judgment.
Oh, wow. These have to be really huge to beat me, though, right? They have to split it over everything. Yeah, cool. Been a while since I've seen Tribunal as the juke at the top end of that deck.
Victory.
This deck's been really good every time we've played it. Anti-venom, good stuff. Mid-range is real quality. This is a deck that got me to infinite this season. Nice. Not a casual Bob enjoyer. Definitely want to just Zabu here. 2 good 4s in our deck. Oh, I hate this location so much. It's so annoying. Come on, Wanda. Is it a beer match? Looks like a beer match. Not quite a mirror. This puts me to 4, 7, 13, 15, and they're at 14. No, I'm still just dying, right? 11 might be enough to win here. Does 11 ever win here? I just play for left and right. Some of the time, maybe. Jeez. Oh, my poor sandcastle. Thanks for that Baker's Dozen, Jim. Welcome back. What was the opponent's build? The opponent's build is the Ajax Anti-Venom Blast, so it's highlighted on the Jeff Hoagland YouTube channel last week or the week before. Oh, I forget when exactly. But somewhat recently. bad they got split on the Iceman. It's gonna go next. This deck's pretty bad against things like Bounce. Unless you catch them with their Cosmo. Haven't played Snap in a few months. How's the state of the game? The actual gameplay is alright. It's like a solid 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Not the best format we've ever had, but more good than bad. Aeroship Gaming. That's pretty good. Ideally, I would have liked to put the Acid Arrow into Necrotia, but we shan't be picky with the reft. Necrotia's gonna be A-okay. Do I Galacta middle so I could do this turn to give it a buff? Or do I hold the Giganto as a surprise? I think I want to hold the Giganto as a surprise. That is certainly a legal game action. I'm gonna play a couple more with this one, Ben, and then we'll probably kick over to yours. Hey, Prashant, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream this morning. Maybe they misread the Destroyer. No, I think they read the Destroyer right, and they just thought their tech card was good enough. Average Aeroship opponent. If not for Raph Giganto, we also had a hard time competing left. I mean, I won all three. I think I mostly disagree with your point. We did have snow when I woke up this morning. Shout out to not having to leave the house. Oh, Wanda! Wanted you to get rid of the left. Insert Spider-Man beam here. Think we could stay here?
Duels all.
Do I win if the Doombot goes right? That's close. Maybe I'm a little short. No, I'm gonna lose because the Doombot powers up the Dazzler, yeah? So obviously we lose if it lands center. But even if it landed, it wasn't a flip, because even if it lands right, they end up at 18 in the middle, and then I lose the breaker. If the Doombot would have landed right... If the Doombot would have landed right, and I would have put Jeff here, they would have been 4 to 21, and I still would have only been 21. Should I have acid arrowed the middle? If I would have acid arrowed the middle... Acid arrow the middle doesn't ever work, right? Because it means... I guess I could have had Captain Marvel cover it. If I acid arrow the middle and have Captain Marvel cover, I would have had how much over here? I would have been 9, 14, 21. And they would have been... What is this? 16, 23. Yeah, I still lose that. This deck was alright. My track here says we won 60% of these games, despite the last couple being a little clunky for us. We could have won a couple of them with better play. The Acid Arrow powers up Dazzler, doesn't it? I mean, the Dazzler was powered up either way. BTD is the point. So it ends up being the same. This is fine. I think this is just like kind of quintessential good card stuff. I think one of the big things about a deck like this is how hyper consistent it is. You don't have any absolutely massive super high rolls like other decks like Doctor Doom, for example, are putting out right now. But between Scarlet Witch and Luke Cage and Cosmo and US Agent and Captain Marvel being able to spread out to cover the board, and Claw helping you reach into hard to reach places in an unpredictable way, this deck is definitely something that's going to suffer less from variance than a lot of those other decks that are trying to get very specific high roll combinations together consistently.